That's the energy we need. Speaking of energy, we're going to send it over to our casters. We have Jack and, of course, Scott 8-inch Kennedy is standing by as well.
Here for the vibes. Here for the vibes.
I've heard that somewhere before.
I'm good.
I'm not saying anything more. Also, what is this desk thing now where everybody's just getting loud? I don't think it works for you, Johnny. I'm not going to lie to you.
Shut up!
Loud truly is funny.
I'm feeling it.
I'm losing it, all right?
We're near the end of the season. Loud is now funny. Forget everything else, and yeah, we're here, Scott. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong camera.
And Jake's just bringing down the vibes. I'm with Danny here. You know, sometimes you just got to get a little silly, do something different. And remember, Florida Mayhem were the first team to win a map playing Lifeweaver when Lifeweaver, let's be honest, sucked. So if anyone is going to pull it off, Florida Mayhem will be the ones able to do it.
Yeah, are they going to play it, though?
I don't know. Like, no. I think there's a middle ground between completely trolling and Merit just getting 5Ks over and over again and beating the Valiant into submission. So we'll have to see. As the desk really set up, Florida Mayhem, they do want to win this match. If they win this and Atlanta Reign, for whatever reason, does fall to the San Francisco Shock, which is possible. San Francisco Shock are on the way up in some respects. Then Florida Mayhem could take that #1 seed, which is all important heading further into the playoffs.
It's pretty cool. That's actually really exciting. Imagine a time where, like, oh, the Atlanta Reign are not going to be first seed. It's insane that we now have teams that are matching their record.
Yeah, I feel like Florida Mayhem has been that team. Obviously, we've hyped them up and we're very impressed with their success, and they're hitting new heights every time we see them, but 13-2 is a ridiculous record, one of the best records that we've had throughout the history of the Overwatch League. Very few teams only lose 2 matches.
Oh, yeah.
And we anticipate them to win this one as well. So Florida Mayhem, they're definitely not a dark horse team anymore. They're right there, up there, really proving that they could go the whole distance.
Yeah, very much so. All right, Oasis. Happy birthday,
CJ! Woo!
This one's for you, CJ. This one's for you. And Seeker instantly Esports. They need to get the birthday cake out. They need to get the candles out. They need to get ready for the birthday celebrations.
That would be so sick right now if they took the pause and then they all got up from their chair and they gave CJ a cake. Unfortunately, I don't even think they're in the same room, but that would have made it even more legendary.
That would have been sick, actually. Put a little birthday hat on or something. It sounds like an audio issue is going down, so quick reset of the client, and then we'll be back in ready to go. I mean, the Valiant could also do the same thing here, Scott. They do play with their hearts on their sleeves, Scott. And I wonder if they're going to come out with something a little bit spicy too. I mean, it's been pretty exciting to see the Valiant and how they've evolved throughout the season. I was super excited to see Seeker in the mix coming into the team because he made an explosive entry last year into the Overwatch League. He's just been a very, very exciting player to watch overall. Pretty hyped up player and, you know, surrounded by players that also have some merit to them too. They've just not really found that success. On the Florida Mayhem side, though, yeah, obviously they have a merit, and they also have a rest of the team that's also just star-studded. So,
and talking about vibes, Valiant have had great vibes. They came into this season with no expectations for anything from them, and they managed to get 2 wins. They've actually been a great team to watch and an entertaining team to watch. We'll see if they can get something special.
Nice
RuPaul's already picked off of a great boot from Liar.
Liar?
And that's going to be first team fight to the Valiant.
Man, does it again. Luscious locks and even better boots, apparently. LA Valiant going to win this first fight. Alrighty. Nice little boot. That would have been sick if we got some environmentals there, but that will be Valiant capping the point first. Someone taking a lot of damage, and I mean, these comps, Scott, they really want to do 2 different things here, it seems.
Accomplish the same idea, just in different ways. Obviously, the Kiriko is a lot more survivable, but has less AoE healing, while the Orisa just can stand up and just live a lot longer, but the Junker Queen has more offensive capability. So, in general, the Florida Mayhem, they want to just sort of rush down and live out the fight, while the Valiant, they want to just exist and get in the face with the Junker Queen.
Railgun charging up for Merit. Here comes the 5K. Oh, it's just 1 now. It's just 1.
2?
For the time being. No, not quite. We don't want to call it that early. Good shot on Seeker, though, from across the map. Highly charged Railgun is a thing to be feared, especially in the hands of Merit. It's good. So, speaking of, like, matchups, Scott, like, not only just Mayhem versus Valiant here, but, like, Merit versus Seeker, 2 exceptional Sojourn players.
Oh yeah, Merit has been lights out on any hit scan, but especially last year on that Sojourn, he was one of the best.
First triple collat.
Potentially last.
Potentially, yeah, actually though.
A lot of people have played a lot of Overwatch since Sojourn came out. I have not seen a triple collat. Even getting a double collat is considered very rare in its own right. See the Valiant really trying to step up, but they're just taking so much damage from the Mayhem as ultimates are starting to come online.
Yep, 33% for the Valiants. Mayhem almost matching them. There is the Terror Surge available for someone. CJ healing up Cryo in the front line. Using a little bit of help himself there for a moment. There's the window. There comes the Terror Surge though. Nice Lamb's going to save Seek for the time being. Same with the rest of the team. However, the sound barrier coming out from the Florida Mayhem doesn't quite make it to Merit in time. Blade pulled for Knots. There's a rush on the field too. Florida Mayhem are going to be super healthy with RuPaul just throwing out those offers, healing everybody up to 100 HP. And there we go. Someone just cleaning up. I mean, as soon as that rush comes out, Scott, there's just so much healing from RuPaul, as well as the amp it up being on a lower cooldown. Tough for Valiant to make anything work there.
And I wonder almost if that's one of the reasons RuPaul is playing that Kiriko, because the Kitsune Rush is just much better of a teamfight ultimate than the Baptiste Amplification Matrix. As you saw, CJ stepped up, dropped the window, but the rest of the fight just didn't really happen around it, so they found no value, while the Kitsune Rush essentially won Mayhem that fight. Now, Florida Mayhem are going very aggressive with an overclock. Did not find many picks, but oh no, they're split up.
He's one. Ooh, good pick.
Chorong does fall, so that's a 1-for-1 trade. So the Florida Mayhem might fall back to the point, but we're up to almost 90%, so Valiant have to get on this point.
Yeah, they got a touch. Chorong will be back in just a moment, using those skates. Nice little angle for Mera right now, but he has to be rather careful. They know Lai can just run him down at any moment with the rest of the team in tow. Krawi nearing their ultimate 2. Rampage is available right now. Krawi might have a little bit of tough time to use it though. Blade has been pulled, Lamb comes down. Seeker with the ultimate though. A nice deflection actually kills the Lamb, but Seeker still ends Checkmate's life. Krawi cuts Merit in half as now someone is trying to even this tide up. The Valiant is still coming up with kills though. Seeker just so good on the Sojourn. That's a lot of kills, in fact. I think 4 in that fight. A team kill for the Valiant as the point flips.
A pretty consistent story we've seen throughout the entirety of the year from the Los Angeles Valiant. Put Seeker on the Sojourn, watch him take names, and he comes up clutch really when they needed him the most. Now they're at 50%, they're climbing up, and that was a lot of ultimates from both sides, but we talked about it earlier, Jack. RuPaul coming up to another Kitsune Rush. How are the Valiant going to stand up against this? It's just so much extra damage, extra attach speed. It's just so hard to fight into.
Easy high ground take there from the Florida Mayhem. Can't really stand up to Orisa in the 1v1, even if you are the Junker Queen. There's the window, nice little boof. Someone's taking a bit of extra damage, but that's about it. Look at the damage. The Terror Surge is out. It is going to land on somebody, and that someone is Krawi. A spear thrown into the back line of the Valiant, but without a tank, Valiant are going to have a tough time touching this point. He's being capped right now by Mayhem. There are no touches for LA right now as the blade has been pulled. Checkmate dead. He hunts for the Lucio, but Chorong a little bit too slippery for him. He ends up running away, and Merit cleans him up. Nos had no dash reset to close the distance as someone just hunkers down on the point. Overclock coming out for Merit, and nowhere to be seen is Seeker. He's trying to run, he's trying to hide. Merit dodges out of the way of all the incoming damage to the Valiant as Krawi comes back on the Doom Fist, holding that power block. Merit's Overclock didn't find too much purchase there, but he might not even need it to be fair. Look at the low health members on the side of the Valiant, not sure they're going to survive this one. Checkmates just dashing through 3 members, and there we go. Round number 1 goes over to Florida.
Chorong's just so slippery. If Nos was able to take down Chorong, get another reset, he probably would have taken out Merit, and they potentially could have closed out that fight, but just Chorong, too fast, too quick, can't keep up with me, and Florida Mayhem taking the first round, and honestly, pretty competitive back and forth round. So we're going to see some switches maybe coming up from Florida Mayhem, going back to the someone Reinhardt. This feels like a pocket pick that they're just always holding on to, waiting for something special.
You say that, but like, is that really a pocket pick for someone? Someone's just so good on every single tank. Like, there's a reason why he's in the MVP bonus this year.
That is a lot of people's justification for why someone deserves to be MVP.
Right.
His flexibility and how the team is able to play around him and anything that they need to do makes him so valuable and one of the unique tanks that we have in the Overwatch League. So let's see how this Lucio Reinhardt composition actually works. If they can get on top of Valiant, they're in a good spot, but how do they get there? What is happening with the Lucios?
I don't know. The Lucios just kind of looking at each other, one on high ground, one on low ground. Speaking of high ground, Boss is pretty low on it. Well, there we go, eventually caught out, and now someone, WM1 with the Ryan. Gotta be careful though. He's got a lamp at his back. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened to Lyra in that situation, gonna be honest.
I think the May wall, he had to go over the May wall, exposed for just a little bit too long. I think he was having a 1v1 on the edge against Chorong on the Lucio, as all Lucios must do, but then he ended up getting caught and punished for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dual Chorong if I'm being honest, but Laya has more confidence than I do.
Yeah, more confidence than most. Chorong is a bit of a beast. Which is one of the big reasons too. He came in as a rookie, obviously on the Toronto Defiant last year, and really shone even as a main support. See why he's been sticking around, that is for sure.
Even through some of the woes of Toronto Defiant, now he's on a really strong team, the Mayhem. You've seen the quality of player he is. Great wall.
It's about, what, 3,000 damage per second? Bastion through the window. Ooh. Oh, very... Come on. Karawi and Seeker did not stand a chance. Lights out for Merit there. As he's just chasing him to spawn, using that grenade jump. Over and out, and it's a Valiant reset. They dropped their own window there, which is a little bit sad. Seeker didn't quite get enough damage down.
It's been interesting seeing teams experiment with either the Mei or the Genji. The Genji obviously gives you those resets and a little bit more, I guess, a blade, those big ultimates, but the Mei just gives you so much tempo. So far already, Mayhem's 2 fight wins have come off of great Mei walls from Checkmate, just isolating a target and then taking them out.
Yeah, artillery strike for Merit in a couple of moments. I want to see it happen. Grenade! After the buff, Scott does do a lot of damage.
It's really strong.
Here it is. Artillery strike. What can they find? Looking at Nos for the time being, but Nos used that dash away.
Still holding on to it. There it is.
1, 2, boom, boom. Oh, Liar subjected to the artillery barrage.
And players have gotten a lot better of getting value, and now they're going aggressive.
No, Seeker!
Get out of there!
Oh, he got saved by the lamp for half a second. What a good push by Florida Mayhem. And the Shatter, not sure where it went. Don't care where it went, to be honest with you. Krabi did end up eating the Blizzard there with the spear spin, but unfortunately, I think Valiant are out. Liar hits the Ajax and hits the gap in chat. As the Florida Mayhem do end up taking Oasis.
Vibes are good, but Florida Mayhem proving why they are fighting for the #1 seed. Their coordination, their execution.
Just too good.
Just understanding their advantages. You said it, Jack. They use the Bastion ult at the perfect time as they're trying to enter, slow the opposition down. He actually held on to his final 2 shots of the Bastion ult, waits it out, wait for people to sort of become a little bit, I guess, unsuspecting of the ultimate to come down. Takes down 1, and then they just put their foot on the gas, run down the Valiant, and there's almost nothing they could do. They whiffed a Shatter, the Blizzard got eaten, and it didn't matter. They still won the fight.
Bastions have, not only in solo queue and like Overwatch League, they've been getting rather good with the ultimate.
Yeah.
It's not an ultimate people have practiced up until this point, it feels like, because Bastion just really hasn't been relevant in the meta at all. But sometimes saving that last shot, you're thinking when you're in a game like, oh, he's used that last shot, surely, right?
Yeah.
That was a long time since I've heard the like little noise, right? And not expecting a random artillery shell to like smack on the floor and do some damage, or maybe even find a kill. So, yeah, it's interesting to see Bastion evolve in the meta, and honestly, keep it coming. Love me some Bastion play.
Well, I love a little bit of Bastion play.
Okay,
you know, it's getting over the threshold a little bit too quickly here for my liking, Jack.
All right. Double turret though with Talk Bastion. Say no more. Midtown, New Junk City. It'll be the first time us casting New Junk City, so that'll be fun. New Queen Street if we need to go there. But right now, it is very much looking like a Mayhem game. Like you said, Scott, fighting for that #1 seed. We'll be right back. Map number 2 up next.
Happy birthday to you. Let's go, CJ. Happy birthday to you. Let's go, CJ. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, we're gonna win.
You won.
Hey, woo! Happy
Let's
birthday,
go, CJ! Happy birthday. I like the middle of that. Seeker was like, TB, 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 take TB, TB. Happy birthday, CJ. I hope it's a good one.
Can't believe Seeker doesn't appreciate it that it's CJ's birthday.
Yeah,
That's
TB,
crazy.
TB, TB, TB. All right, Midtown is the map. One substitution for Florida Mayhem. Maka in.
And this is something that we've seen from the Florida Mayhem since this patch came out. Maka has been coming in to play the Alari. A lot of people didn't expect him to play this season. Even Goomba came out when they signed Maka being like, hey, we're looking forward to the future seasons for Maka to come onto this team. So bold strategy, but it's good to see Maka getting some playtime now. And he actually played a great Alari the first time we saw it. And when you are that bench player, it sort of gives you freedom to just practice and put all your time and effort and energy to learning a new hero. And we've seen Alari starting to fall out of the meta, so I'm curious to see what the Florida Mayhem are going to do with it.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to play anything else here. We'll have to wait and see. They're on defense first, so at least we get a little peek at their composition. Yeah. Okay, all right. Hello, I'm saying. Double turret meta. Oh, yes. We're here. It's almost like I wrote the script for this meta, I'm going to say.
So would you say
Trob?
Would you say the vibes are good when they're playing double turret mode?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Unfortunately, the turret is not that good. The Torb turret is not that great. The Torb itself, Torb itself is pretty good. You hit E, there's a fire rate increase now. There's a shorter time between you getting ready with your primary when you switch weapons, between your hammer and your rivet gun. So Torb a little bit better. Plus, he can't really get dove. Here's the overload, and it's like, well, you can't really kill me because I have a lot of armor.
He goes up to like 325 health with the temporary, with the armor. Like, that's what makes Torbjorn in general a very strong character. He just has a lot of health and can put out a ton of damage. And funnily enough as well, the ultimate, the floor is lava is actually a very effective ultimate in a lot of respects if you're dropping in the right spot. Market getting very low, but the way Florida Mayhem are going to play this setup is they want to set up everyone in different angles, lots of different crossfires. With the Los Angeles Valiant, they're not going to give that to them. They're playing this Symmetra and they've already teleported into this small room. The question is now, how do they get out of this room to take an effective fight?
Yeah, ideally you just kind of teleport onto somebody. That somebody
is someone?
Being the backline. I mean, but look at this. I mean, the healing is just crazy.
Yeah.
Let's be real, too. From the Batiste and from the Alari. Nice little lamp there, but then again, Scott, they're in the same situation, right? I mean, you have to teleport on somebody, but you've just taken so much damage on the rotation, it's going to be tough for you to find anything else. And there we go. There is the cleanup.
And that's the problem when you're doing this teleport as well onto this like high damage comp is you need to kill the Torbjorn turret.
Instantly.
Then you need to kill the healing pylon. Then you need to kill the invulnerability lamp as well. There's so many things that you have to deal with before you're going to be able to start finding picks. All the while you're having to withstand the amount of damage that the Mayhem are pumping out. And you saw right there, the Valiant just did not have enough in the tank to be able to start finding picks.
Yeah, they're trying it, and then they switch. So just looking at the same kind of composition here. Just going for the skill matchup. The problem is, Scott's so far ahead of the Florida Mayhem right now in terms of ult charge. Not so, of course, on the Genji, so he did retain his ult charge, but, I mean, getting the Genji blade off here is going to be so difficult. But Captain Sun is available from Market. There's a window from CJ, a little bit of space. Nice outburst, actually getting away from some poke damage. And here it is, Captive Sun of the point. Oh, good eat by Crowley. Pretty slow traveling ultimate, Scott, but Crowley is hot on the presses, hot on the mark, sorry.
It's been one of the hard things about playing Alari is at this level getting a high value Captive Sun unless you're putting it with multiple other ultimates, but oh, the Florida Mayhem, they're just hurting the Valiant.
The Captive Sun flyer, straight in front of Merritt. Using the lab too. There's the flux to top it all off. There's the candles, CJ. Yeah, blown out.
Well, Jake asked for this on the desk. He wanted to see Merritt get multiple 5Ks, get multiple picks, and that's what the Florida Mayhem have been doing. They're just really stuffing the Valiant in, not giving them any opportunity. It was a good Captive Sun by Laya, but there's just not enough follow-up to find any picks with how strong that Immortality field was from RuPaul, and only a minute 20 remaining now, Jack.
Yeah, pretty rough. Flux, Blade. I mean, Flux into the artillery strike. Something we don't see a whole bunch.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, it
work. They go up in the air, right? Then you get smashed back down, then a mortar lands on their head. Think about that.
Yeah, checkmate.
Checkmate.
Oh, he's getting so low.
I mean, they're getting dominated right now in that goal. Here he comes.
Here he comes.
Oh, the land. Oh, the Flux is so good, though. There you go. I'm telling you,
told
Scott.
me.
It's crazy. It was just the other way around. They fluxed, they artillery strike, then instantly fluxed, right? They were trying to all run away, and Krawi caught them off guard. There is the checkpoint unlocked, and that fire engine is going to get a move on.
Valiant finally breaking down the door with just ultimates, just throwing ultimates at the problem. Nothing the Mayhem can do, and I spoke about it before. That is one of the big issues with playing Illari Baptiste.
No big defensive ult.
You don't have that big defensive ult. You don't have a Transcendence to heal you through the Flux. You don't have the sound barrier to give you that little bit of extra health. You just are relying on just raw healing or an immortality field, which isn't enough most of the time. So, Los Angeles Valiant, great play. Now moving on to the second point, but Florida Mayhem, now they're the ones with the ultimates. How does NOS find any value with this Blade that doesn't have a nano boost to work with it?
You're really just looking at forcing some kind of cooldown. Even just getting the lamp out might be enough, you know, as long as you have some additional follow-up there. You have to be in position to actually do that. Normally, as you do jump straight in.
Illari battle.
Illari fight on the sidelines. Don't worry, we'll be back in a moment. Because that fight is never going to end. There's Krawi, unfortunately, succumbing to his own spheres.
And that's a problem. When you're playing this off angle as the Illari, you're not helping your tank, you're not healing your tank, you don't have a pylon there.
It's still happening.
Captive Sun.
Oh, no. Merit from behind. No, and Shaden needed help. That's all right. Checkmate's got it. Nos and Lyra end up going down. A bit of an aggressive Captive Sun. I will say from
aggressive
I can do this.
One way to put it.
Yeah. I can do this on the high ground. They have land, but I can do this.
Yeah, a little ambitious. We've seen crazier things happen. The Captive Sun can just really turn fights, especially as soon as you start having that chain reaction of the blowing up of the Sun trigger. But Florida Mayhem, they look so firmly in control right now. They have a great setup. They have someone playing the front line, Checkmate, and Marka just playing on this off angle, pumping out damage, while you have RuPaul and Merit just sitting on the high ground. How do you deal with any of these individual threats? They're cross-firing and helping each other. Baptiste window does give them a little bit of space, but then the Flux comes down from someone.
You see that healing beam, but a good rock actually cancels that one out. There goes the Blade, and no, well, it came and went. Not really forcing anything, maybe just that lamp. Marka did end up throwing his Captive Sun in, took out the lamp of the Valiant, so at least those small cooldowns are down as the assault begins on the high ground for the Valiant. However, Seeker with only 30 HP and Checkmate hitting E and just running him over. Almost got a hammer kill on him there by the looks of it. RuPaul did end up going down, but I mean 40 seconds to go in a high ground position for the Florida Mayhem. Almost unobtainable for the Valiant. I mean, you've also got to run through artillery strike right now and also the Molten Core. Checkmate.
The Molten Core is just so difficult to enter into. If Checkmate gets it in a good positioning, then it's going to be hard for the rest of the Valiant to help out. It really needs to be on Croy and Seeker once again. The Flux Bastion-on combo that you've been hyping up so much.
Here it goes. Krawi's looking for it at least. Oh, Rock's been used. Maybe Krawi hits it right now. There it is. Hits the Flux. There's the ultimate. I'm seeing where those all mortars land. Oh, they didn't quite land on someone. They end up finding Merit though. And Lai picks up a kill of his own. So with a few seconds to go, they do end up touching the point, so OT is here. The LA Valiant with a nice couple of ultimate combinations to either side of the map, end up dismantling Mayhem's control of that high ground.
Yeah, but someone wants to go back and fight for a bucket. He is coming up to the Captive Sun. Valiant have to be careful about grouping up in this situation.
Good push away there. Window of the high ground stops Florida Mayhem from getting onto it. And another Captive Sun eaten up by Krawi. That's the second of the day. Krawi in a little bit of trouble though, the only person on the payload right now for the Valiant. Mayhem more than healthy and more than happy to fight this one. A window for RuPaul, no more healing required, only damage. The LA Valiant get halted just before that second point. The little wave there by Merit as he does end up exploding into small pieces.
Yeah, unfortunately, just getting caught a little bit there by Lyra before that fight really started to kick off, and as soon as you lose that big healing output from the Illari, just didn't have enough to take on the fight. Florida Mayhem just really having a great understanding of how to play this composition, and that's one of the scary things. If you're a top team watching Mayhem right now, they don't really have any weaknesses. They're happy to play the rush, they're happy to play this shooter style comp. They can really do anything with just 5 even 6 players having to bring in Marker if they want to play the double flex support, but just overall, this is a team that feels meta-proof in a lot of respects.
JB says, I want to play Ryan. The good old days.
Chad, mate, let him out, Goomba. Hey, let the vibes run, let them roll, take someone out. Honestly, I'd like to see someone on DPS as well. Put someone on DPS, checkmate on Reinhardt, let it go.
Honestly, yes. Oh, Lai says, if you Ryan,
Make it happen.
Make it. Coaches, you know what to do. Make it happen. Checkmate on Ryan, put Liar on Ryan. The Liar heart. I bet it goes crazy.
I bet, who do you think wins? Okay, important. Checkmate or Liar Reinhardt? Next map, checkmate tank. Okay, oh my god, it's happening.
All right, sounds good.
Let's go.
TY coach, I'm coach, no type please.
Where's Paintbrush? I need Paintbrush's confirmation and word that this is going to happen.
He's on his yacht in the Bahamas, bro.
Damn, okay.
Wi-Fi's not so good out on the water.
You can't call the satellite phone?
Nah, doesn't want to waste the money, bro. All right, what you got for us, Valiant? What you got for this defense?
They're actually going through the train. This is a pretty unconventional thing, but honestly, people don't even defend it because of how unconventional it is, but just Croy on his lonesome was able to take down RuPaul. That's how much of a death trap going through this train is. And
it is such a bait.
It's such a narrow corridor that you have to all walk down. It's just free damage for the Sigma. You know, Croy's already got 40% ult charge from just throwing a few of those spheres in the room. Looks like they're going to try it again.
Try again? I mean, if you get out onto the high ground quickly, you can put the pylon in the train cart. It's hard to be destroyed. You get merit on the high ground. It's great, but...
It makes sense because of where the Valiant is setting up with their Torbjorn turret and their healing pylon. They're taking off this off angle. Yeah, once again, someone picked.
Checkmate's dead. He's like, no, I'm going to throw this game. I just want to play Ryan.
I would like to play Ryan as fast as possible, so I'm good.
As fast as possible.
High damage output from both Sigmas. They're going to get quick fluxes at this rate, but also Liar and Marker are just getting so many support ultimates because they're able to just play around the healing pylons. But the question is, how do they find value with these captive suns?
I am desperately trying to find a place to actually put that healing pylon. Oh, how did Liar survive that? Marker, on the other hand, takes care of Seeker with a captive sun. Here comes the Mortar Strike, straight onto Krawi. Oh my god, the rock from onto Krawi, pushing him into that damage. All right, feeling pretty good with themselves, I'd imagine, if you're the Florida Mayhem. All right, pushing Krawi all the way back, and yeah, no support ultimates for the Florida Mayhem or the LA Valiant now, as Florida are going to assume the position.
Ooh,
and there is a flux, reverse one onto Krawi. They are still trying to commit, Scott, but I'm not sure how far this is actually going to take him. There's just too much damage and too much setup as well from the Florida Mayhem. They're just in such good spots.
Yeah, Checkmate just shooting the rivet gun down the corridor, found 2 picks before the fight even really began. How do you get back into this fight if you're the Valiant?
Don't think you can, Scott.
Yeah, they're going to have to run.
Seeker trying to find a few pop shots there. There you go. All right, RuPaul switches to Lucio just to get back to the point in time, and going to switch over to the BAP, I'd imagine. There we go, yeah.
Makes sense.
All right.
So now, Florida Mayhem, they have 4 minutes remaining to get to the end of this second checkpoint because the Valiant ended up pushing it. So how do the Florida Mayhem break this hold from the Valiant? Because we saw how strong it was for themselves. Ooh, getting very aggressive. No sniff.
No hammer. Okay, Marker, you can't lose these. Explodes 2 of the summons. Oh no, 4 summons have appeared. The turret. Oh, another summon down. All good. 3 kills.
Okay, Merritt comes in, sort of breaks that truce of what's going on, ends up taking a couple of players down, and this is going to be difficult here for the Valiant.
Devastating angle, Scott. Devastating. CJ is going to stop this pressure from the Florida Mayhem, though, using that window on the high ground. So just for the time being. Wow, Seeker dicing with death there.
Corey's going to be really careful. He ends up getting rocked by someone as well, forces the lamp.
He's very dead, surely. Yeah, there's the headshot. They do end up trading. And here comes the Molten Core.
There's just so many things popping up in the kill feed.
It's all the summons.
All the summons are falling down. Oh, great luck.
CJ, no lamp. There's Seeker. And here's another Molten Core. Why not? To top it all off, and Liar hits the... Oh! Liar soaring through the skies to his death. That looked wicked, though.
It looked cool.
That was a trailer moment, where in the trailer version, Alari kills 3 people.
Well, those 3 people are usually standing still, which makes it really easily. I don't think really the Mayhem were standing still in this one, unfortunately, Liar, but that is going to be Florida Mayhem getting through the first stroke. Now they need to get this fight a little bit. They're now the ones in control of this balcony area. You can see the Valiant trying to fight for it, but how do you get through this small choke to go toe-to-toe with the Mayhem? RuPaul already has another amplification matrix and Merit with an overclock. That's all. Did he hit anyone?
No. No hit markers. The game down by the looks of it, so I don't think so. Window. Overclock.
So much damage.
It's a one-shot body shot. Oh, Seeker. Almost. Oh, he takes him out. Double body shot from Seeker as he rips his own overclock. Here comes the captive son from Marker. He's doing a lot of damage. Seeker trying to go for the 1v1 duel, but that healing partner just doing too much. But Seeker still managing to find value here. So almost got the kill. Kept Marker busy for a little while, only 30 HP, as Marker handedly dealt with Seeker, but CJ comes to the rescue, and now Nos on the Widowmaker. A last valiant attempt from LA Valiant, as they try to just plot themselves on the point to try and stall this out for the rest of the teammates to come back, but there are just too many bodies and too many high health bars on the side of the Florida Mayhem, and too many ults to boot. Florida end up taking Midtown as we go on to our third map. A clean 2-0 so far, Scott. I mean, like Jay said, it's what you want to see. Just get in the server, just 3-0, move on, and hopefully end up getting that first place seeding. And this is what the Florida Mayhem are fighting for. Right now, they could snatch it away from the Atlanta Reign.
Those are all very good points about the importance of this match and what we've seen so far. I don't care what you're talking about, Jack. I want to see Chad May play Reinhardt versus Laya. That's all I'm really focused on right now. I want the coaches to live up to their words.
If they don't, fines are going to get in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm handing out fines personally.
That's a legally binding contract, what we saw in chat. Yeah, what happens in match chat, there's sanctity to that. You know, they need to live up to it. So I expect it. What map is it? Oh, it's going to be New Junk City as well.
That's a map.
That's a great Reinhardt map. Honestly, it needs to happen.
RuPaul was like 3 HP when Lai went for that. So Lai, you do get that one. It's all good. It was just BAP, I don't know, OP or something. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was the reason.
BAP OP.
Sure. BAP OP.
Enough said.
Yeah. New Junk City is the map up next. We're going to Flashpoint. Don't go anywhere. Florida Mayhem up 2-0. Welcome back, Florida Mayhem and the LA Valiant. We're going to New Junk City, the next map. It is a Reinhardt map, FYI.
It can be played.
It can be played. So, I'm waiting to see what is getting revealed on our screens, because if I remember correctly, there was a little promise made in match chat. There it goes. Next map, Checkmate Tank. Florida Mayhem. Gumba, great. If you've not done it, I'm going to be very mad.
Yeah. And I think there needs to be some context added to the viewers. Checkmate made his rookie debut in 2021 as a DPS player, but after some turmoil, he had to move over to the tank, and we're seeing it here
Chadmate is back.
Chadmate is back. He's going ham. Honestly, talking about ham, I also want to see someone on this DPS.
Yeah.
He is a legendary player. He can play a lot of different things, so maybe we'll get that. So now the question is, you know, what are they going to be able to do? Or has this been practiced? Surely not. Oh, look at these stats. Honestly,
Death per 10. Give it up for the boy at deaths per 10. 13 deaths per 10. Legendary stats.
Hall of Famer on the Reinhardt. Super who, am I right?
Woo.
Honestly, and it was an impressive play, because what they essentially did is they just tried every single Reinhardt Symmetra trick in the book. They did the TP shatter, they did the pin through the TP, they did the reverse pin. They were cooking something. It didn't work at all, as you can tell, 13 deaths per min. Let's see if Checkmate's upped his Reinhardt game since then.
Oh, I'm sure he has. I can't wait, man. This is like vintage Overwatch at this point, I feel like, with a Chadmate on the Rhine.
Yeah, honestly, you love to see it. The question needs to be raised now: did Liar live up to his own bargain? Because, you know, Liar said,
or will he live true to his
the
name?
Liar heart, you know, is something that we've never seen. No one's ever seen. Maybe it's the best. You know, maybe we need this battle of the juggernauts on the Reinhardt.
You know those like random accounts at rank 1 sometimes?
Yeah. Maybe Liar.
Lara and a Smurf.
Yeah.
Lara and a Smurf.
Yeah, honestly.
Best Reinhardt in the region, maybe.
Honestly, Lucio and Reinhardt are pretty much the same hero.
Yeah, you run at people.
Yeah.
And then you know, Lucio hits people sometimes, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing, except for one has a
They should
hammer.
have me for mocap.
It's good to see both teams having a bit of fun with it. Obviously,
Yes.
the LA Valiant season has come to a close after this match. They're now, you know, 2-13, I believe, right now. You know, they're struggling against the currently very strong Florida Mayhem in this meta. So, honestly, if we could have a little bit of fun with it, I'd be down.
Yeah, I mean, why not at this point? You know, Jake, no fun allowed. No, Jake, no fun allowed. Line.
Yeah, maybe that's what's slowing everything down. That's why we have a break, because Jake has gone and he said, okay, no, shut it down. No fun allowed.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like honest Overwatch.
He's getting in the lobby and then just moving people around. Like, no, honest Overwatch. You got to keep doing no DPS on tank, no tank on DPS.
Jake's pulling his executive coach card from last year. It's like, oh, I haven't used this all year, but I need to make my case.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, the best thing about this series, honestly, is potentially having Florida Mayhem overtake the Atlanta Reign. It's actually quite an exciting prospect. Like, as much as we were kind of memeing about it earlier, it's interesting to think about how dominant the Atlanta Reign were up until the latter half of this season. And now a new contender might actually overthrow them rank 1. Like, it's crazy to think that Atlanta only just started losing games, but these other teams they were also really consistent. Like, with 13-2 at the Florida Mayhem, it's not like they were sneaky about it at all. It's just everybody was just so focused on the Atlanta Reign. Like, when are they going to lose? And now they have a couple of times. They're at the top of the table, looking so much more competitive.
And that's the one major wrinkle that's coming in these playoffs. Of in the mid-season madness, let's be honest, Atlanta Reign were head and shoulders above everyone else while playing that Sombra meta. But ever since the meta has shifted, even, you know, they obviously lost that one match towards the end of the stage. They haven't looked as dominant as they have been in the past. They have great players. They are going to be able to compete at the top end. But all of a sudden, if you're the Houston Outlaws, Florida Mayhem, Boston Uprising, Atlanta Reign is a beatable prospect, and that could change everything moving into the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's what I really like about this meta too, just how everything has just changed.
Yeah.
Literally everything. No more Sombra. No more Sombra. Like, it was cool, obviously, seeing people like Lipod Sombra just absolutely decimating.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, after a while, it's just like perma-dive. And, you know, Brig and Ana, pretty cool to watch sometimes. There's a quite a high skill cap there and surviving dives, although Brig is a bit of a demon in the backline and stops a lot of dives. But it is cool to see big EMPs and like Winston dives with traces and stuff. But like, this meta is just everywhere. And we are getting into the game in just a moment. We're just taking a Valiant substitution.
Oh, it's happening.
Coming in.
They had to
There it is!
They had to go into the books. They had to go in the back to just guarantee that this was possible. Liar is...
He's on DPS. He's on...
Liar is now on DPS. Nos is on... Honestly, at least something's happening. Maybe... Liar, first of all, Liar lied, okay? He's backing down from the Reinhardt duel. Maybe Crawley wasn't confident on the DPS. It's hard to really know. But honestly, what does Liar play? What, you know, Liar's a big memer. We've seen bits and pieces.
He looks like a Genji player to me.
He does look like a Genji player. You know, he's that guy of like, oh, I could pop off on Genji. Maybe we'll see it. But we are moving into the game now. New Junk City on the docket.
Liar on DPS, Nos on support, and Chad Mate on the tank. Marco is also taking a step back. Chorong is in for the Florida Mayhem. So substitutions all round. I can see Ham with a giant smile on his face. Someone playing his first DPS game of the season. Scott.
I think it's only fair that if Liar diffs someone on DPS, then Liar is now an MVP candidate and someone is out.
Oh, the transitive properties.
Yeah, exactly. It has to happen. Or if,
that makes sense.
Or if someone does end up winning MVP, but Liar diffs him, then Liar is really the true MVP.
Right.
Yeah,
okay. Wow, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, what can I say?
Nos, I'm doing a Rack Attack cosplay, okay?
Okay.
Show us what you got. Oh, wait, Life Weaver then?
Oh? Wait, no, he's on DPS.
No, Nos said that.
Oh.
Nos is on support. Maybe a Weaver?
Oh, Liar Junkrat, of course. What were you thinking?
He's a Junk player.
Of course he's a Junkrat player.
Okay,
And you know you're going into it. Never mind, he's a Genji player, you're right. But honestly, you're going up against the Reinhardt. It seems like Florida's going to come out with something that makes sense. Both teams are coming out with something that makes sense.
This is terrible. This is epic. Confidence. I need more bullets. That's true. He does need more bullets.
Honestly, it's not even the Liar Genji that I'm questioning. What's the Nos Lucio like? Something special?
That's true.
I think if we've learned anything of the history, Lucio is a difficult hero to play at this level of the game. It's very easy to be punished. Look at him. He's already running way far.
He's like, whoa, guys. They're like, guys,
yo,
help.
we need speed.
Lost the mid rush. All right, show us what you got, Liar, on the Genji, and Chad, mate, we know what you got. 13 deaths for 10.
Let's see if we can live up to that name once again.
Nice little shout. Liar on the Genji. Looking good so far, not gonna lie. A couple of right-click misses. Oh, checkmate ends up going down. Traded with Seeker, though. And someone on the Genji. A true matchup for the ages there. Liar and someone. I do like the transitive properties idea as Chorong helps someone take down Nos, who is hinting into the back line as the point does unlock. I think Valiant and Mayhem, a little bit scrappy nature. Yeah,
2v1, yeah, doesn't count, doesn't count. 2v1.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair.
No honor here, no honor.
Dude, this is, you just look at all these outlines, this is going to devolve into a brawl. Dude, here
Where is someone going? Oh, Checkmate, sorry, I forgot who was on right now. Where is Checkmate going? There's the window with
honestly, maybe the change to Reinhardt that you can cancel his pin really elevated his gameplay, because in the past he would have just kept going. So maybe this is what's going to...
he's going, that's for sure. Merit dies to a grenade from Seeker. Nice little lamp there from RuPaul. There's Liar found himself between a rock and a hard place. There's the wipe.
Yeah, you can, Checkmate is creating so much space right now, it's like unfathomable how much space is coming for them. Yeah,
oh yeah, there you go. I can stop shift. Interesting. I've discovered a new technique called stopping my shift.
Checkmate in chat right now. Someone, did you know you can cancel pins? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my, living and you're learning. Also, yeah, they can see a shield.
Oh, the jump
shadow around the corner. Oh, he gets 3 potentially there, but Chorong still dies to a grenade from Seeker. All right, point in contestation. Nos, Crowley. Nos doing his job, escorting the Orisa.
Checkmate doesn't care about the point. No, just gives it up.
Long range spear from Crowley as he makes his way back to the fight. Here's someone played though, deflecting the Bastion. The Bastion wasn't shooting at him. You can cancel that, by the way. You can cancel deflect now. Yeah. So just let you know someone you can cancel deflect. So living, learning, everybody's learning here. Oh, and Liar on the tour gets taken down. Someone with 2 kills though. All right. New checkpoint, not unlocked just yet, because halfway through that fight, Valiant did end up finding that flip squad. They're almost at 50%. Someone is still dominating.
Is anyone surprised? Let's be honest. Someone is going for the crown of the best tank player to ever transition to Genji in the Overwatch League. There is a sample size of 2, so he just needs to get over the super Genji to be able to sort of get over these allegations.
Well, it's looking good so far. So that's all I'm saying.
He just won that fight on his own.
That's true. Chorong wasn't there.
No.
No, not at all. All right, there you go. Mid-fight won by the Florida Mayhem. New spawn, new checkpoint. And yeah, I'm waiting for Liar's Molten Core, man. That's what I'm waiting for right now.
Yeah. Honestly, He moves over to the tourbillon. Pretty easy here to play. You just drop the turret, shoot in their general direction. Not too much to get. Oh, great fire strike. Oh,
there's the pin. There's the stop by Checkmate. Living, learning.
I don't think a pin has been hit yet.
No, I don't think so. All good though. Someone finishes CJ with a dash.
There
Refinery.
it is.
Oh, the pin! Checkmate from downtown. I didn't see it coming.
They're actually on the wrong point though, which is worth noting. So they move over to Refinery.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah, right. Checkmate. Don't care, didn't ask.
RuPaul begging. He has no deaths, please.
I don't hear.
Wow, RuPaul's sabotaging his own teammates. I want everybody to be a witness to this.
Someone doesn't need heals. He is a strong, independent Genji who doesn't spam I need healing all the time. I'm going to take all risk.
You guys can't kill him. All right, Blade for someone. This will be his second of this map so far. What you got for someone?
He's looking for, how do you get through this choke right now? Seeker's taking an off angle.
Oh, Crowley's just walking. That's how he's going.
In goes
There's the pin. Oh, someone. And Checkmate dashing straight to the back line. Crowley tried to help the team, but no. Not quite quick enough. Even that spear spin, javelin toss doesn't matter. 15-player kill streak for someone. Maybe he just doesn't die this whole game, Scott. I mean, you know.
Honestly,
that's fine by me.
Easy for the MVP, honestly.
Easy for the MVP. And I don't think there's a touch here either for the LA Valiant. They're way too far away. And see Florida Mayhem.
Give us point.
Give us point.
They've come to collective bargaining. That's where they're at now.
I mean,
wait,
sure.
did they actually just move away from the point?
I mean, they're just pushing up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Refinery. It's gone.
I guess Valiant don't have a Lucio, so they couldn't have just, like, surprise gone in for a late, but...
Exactly. Well, Checkmate's got Shatter, and he's probably going to go in, is all I'm saying. Oh, there it is. Oh, what a shatter from Chadmate! Oh, I mean, Valiant, you should have saw it coming. RuPaul with the biggest grin I've ever seen on his face.
Where was the follow-up? No,
he said he wasn't going to heal. RuPaul said he wasn't going to heal anymore. So
yeah, that's true.
Lai did end up taking down Checkmate with his turret. New checkpoint unlocked. We've been having so many fights off these points, man. Junkyard is the next point.
I don't even know what point's unlocking soon. It's just fights are happening all over the place. That shadow absolutely inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. Got a
nice with the ult. Merit with a visor from a million miles away. Finds Crowley, but that's really about it. Chorong, someone dead. Crowley too. No one's taking the point just yet, Scott, just FYI.
Yeah, just absolute brawls. It's almost team deathmatch at this point. RuPaul drops an amplification matrix.
All right, just rip the visor from the low ground, yeah. Seeking out on heights, looking over the point. Chorong doesn't want to take that duel, no way. Florida do end up capping Scott. Seeker just playing ring around the rosy right now with Checkmate, grabs the health pack. Oh, keep on running. You got Lucio and Ryan after you. There's the flip. Valiant still end up capping there. Scott is the Florida Mayhem trying to regroup. Checkmate so low. RuPaul refusing to heal.
He even refusing to heal so much that actually goes over to the Alari. Like, you know what? I'm not going to start heal people anymore on
play
that
around
piece.
the turret.
Everyone's having fun. I'm also going to have fun and play Alari.
Oh, CJ getting chased down here.
Someone, Chorong, heal me.
Yeah, Chorong, come back. Any health pack spawn there, so might be okay. All right, Checkmate's healed. Don't worry, everybody. It's all good.
All right, you can see both teams sort of setting up the Valiant. They've got their comp, just trying to run rings around the Mayhem. They don't want to take a direct fight into the Reinhardt. Nano Soldier, but nothing really to shoot at, especially with the sound barrier going down. Sound
barrier does hit a few there. Someone in a little bit of trouble, dashes away, getting chased, dodges out the sleep, but no, Seeker still claims it. Traded Nelson, RuPaul, yeah, all the supports are down apart from Chorong right now, so very little heals to go around for anybody at all. I think it's mainly down to the Soldier heal station, to be honest with you. Merit now on the high ground as Valiant nearing that 99% mark. Scott, Crowley falls. Now Lai getting chased, hits the E, hits the molten core. Ooh, a little ambitious Lion, you gotta say. Turret goes out, doesn't find too much as overtime is ticking, and Chorong does get the touch. They weren't going to give him a free point there, Scott. No messing around.
Yeah,
no messing around.
Business as usual. No shenanigans happening in this map.
Yeah.
And you can see the Florida Mayhem, they're going to play more aggressively. They have the Lucio. They know they can run over. And also, Checkmate getting dangerously close to another Reinhardt shatter. And he's lurking. Oh, CJ!
There's the visor. CJ! Oh, what a sleep. Little 90-degree sleep there from CJ. However, that visor is just ripping and tearing through the Valiant. Florida, you're still going to be careful. Few of you low health bars, but Merit is making sure this fight is not close.
Yeah. And this is dangerous here if you're the Valiant because they just keep staggering.
There's the Blade.
Someone Blade, he wants
Kill
even
the Summer.
more blood.
I mean, sure. Life Weaver moment from CJ, pulling Crowley back into the spawn. It's the last fight, Scott. This will be the Series 2.
And yeah, it's going to be so difficult. You have to clear corners. Checkmate has the Earth Shatter. As soon as the Valiant step up, Checkmate can drop this one.
Oh, there's the Shadow straight on Liar. 4th hero of the game, by the way, going on the Sombra. Wants to make it worth it. Checkmate picking off the map. Oh, he missed. He forgot he could cancel shift. Oh,
no way.
Someone tell Checkmate he can cancel the shift.
Okay, they are throwing to give the point. I am convinced.
Mad respect. Mad respect, LA Valiant. They claim the point.
Someone takes out both DPS on the Genji. Wow. Honestly, someone Genji clears. It's been very impressive. Has he fallen yet, actually?
He has died.
Oh, he did die.
Don't worry.
That one time,
he did die, yes. He's up to 2 deaths.
2 deaths?
2 deaths.
Really?
12 final blows, too. So 12 and 2 right now, or 23 if you want to count eliminations.
Yeah.
Good KDA.
I will say Liar's stats, I'm not going to say I'm outlied, but he is struggling on the DPS. You know, it can be happened. The Valiant don't really seem to have any. He actually goes over to his 5th hero of the round and goes over to the Soldier.
I like it. Getting a lot of playtime and a lot of heroes. I like that a lot.
Oh!
Do you really want to face Merit in a 1v1 with the Soldier?
He's so away!
Terror Surge. Dodging out of that one is someone. Dashes straight away. Point unlocks. Someone trying to lock it down, but here comes the beat. It's only a 3-man, doesn't hit RuPaul. This Crowley just trying to run down Checkmate. Trying to make sure he pays for it. Because, my word, he's got a mad value with these shatters in this series so far. And there you go. All right, no cap either for the Florida Mayhem, so this is a clean point for Valiant, clean start.
Seems like RuPaul is taking this don't heal my teammates to a higher level. Right now, actually moves over to the Ana. This has absolutely devolved into a ranked game, but I'm here for it. Someone and Merit both coming up to their DPS ultimates. Ooh, Nos has to use the lamp very early because he gets anti-naded from across the map. This could be difficult because now the Blade, the Fires are all coming up and they don't have that defensive tool.
I think they're trying to get a Nano Blade going.
Oh, yeah?
They could be trying to get a Nano Blade going. Oh my, RuPaul is just doing so much damage. There's the pin from Checkmate. Sound Barrier comes in, but Live's already dead to someone. There's the Blade, no Nano needed. A CJ Nos. Oh, they're all gonna fall to someone's Genji. The best the world's ever seen.
Oh, okay, let's
give him more, give him more. Crowley ends up going down as the point should get flipped now. 3 kills for someone on the Genji Blade.
Honestly, someone doesn't need a Nano. He's just doing it all himself. Now they now have the Nano Visor to be able to hold on to this. And CJ used the Sound Barrier just there. Oh no. Seeker over to the Bastion. This is just mystery heroes almost.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is a very hard point to get into because there's just so many chokes. You can see that everyone's trying to find off angles.
Fire Visor. Oh yeah. 5% away. Oh wow, nice. Speaking of Visors though, Nano Visor for Merit. It's going to be the last fight if they wipe quickly. Nice tracking onto Liar there as he doesn't manage to run away,
Liar.
but they're going to chase him
Liar,
down. No, Liar, run! Run!
Keep going.
Oh, but they got the Lucio. Oh, he puts down the Visor. Oh, he puts down the healing station out the Visor and gets pooped out of it. Oh, Chorong and Merit pushing Liar to the brink of extinction there as the Florida Mayhem getting 80+%. Last fight for the Valiant and Liar switching over to the Tracer to try and get back in time to make it a 5-on-5, Scott.
And Checkmate has the shatter, the nail in the coffin for the Los Angeles Valiant.
He's pinning it.
Yeah.
He's going to pin it.
He's going. You can't stop him.
He's waiting for that goal.
Oh, the 180 shatter?
Oh, the 180. He's going to get pushed off.
No.
Oh, they don't give it to him. There's someone, Genji does it. A clean out, a clean sweep even for the Florida Mayhem. Someone just elated with the Genji performance, and I would be too.
Yeah.
Debuting the Genji today, and I loved every single second.
And more importantly to me, the Chadmate redemption arc.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, it gets memed, it gets talked about, it's things of legend, and we finally got to see. You could tell he's been practicing. Well, probably not. He didn't know you could cancel pin. But, you know, it's still nice to be able to see the players having fun with it. That is the end, we'll see, of the Los Angeles Valiant this season. They actually had a really impressive run considering the circumstances that they were in. They took a couple of matches. They went toe-to-toe with some of the best. It's been a fun team to have all season.
Yeah, it really has. They've just been incredibly entertaining despite only winning 2 games. They really tried their heart out, and the kind of in the rumor mill and what people were saying from like scrimming the team was they will try 110% every single scrim and every single match as well. Not that other teams don't, it's just that they really did wear their heart on their sleeves and maybe their heart on their mouse pads as well. Like they were just very entertaining, regardless of how well they did throughout the season, Scott. I mean, we're going to bid a farewell, but I mean, on the other side of things, Florida Mayhem, that is a nice looking scoreline.
Oh, yeah.
14-2. They might just overtake the LA Valiant as well. Sorry, the Atlanta Reign is what I was going to say.
Well,
They've
definitely
overtaken the
LA Valiant.
The Atlanta Reign, depending on how the games go tomorrow. But player of the match for this one is going to be Merit. Unfortunately, it wasn't Chad, mate. Unfortunately, it wasn't someone's game.
Revote.
Recounter.
Yeah, but honestly, Merit, he did play really well. This is the Jake pick of the match, you know, the one Merit deserves it. He was world class in this hit scan. His Sojourn play, this is something you need to fear moving into the playoffs. Merit's able to finally play a hero that he's super comfortable on. He wasn't comfortable on that Sombra earlier on the season. They made it work, but now everything's going into their wheelhouse. Dangerous team to face off against.
Extremely dangerous. The flexibility is insane. It works extremely well for their team this meta, and it's nice to see Marcus stepping in too.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned before he actually got subbed in for this series, they were kind of waiting. Like, oh, you know, we're building for the future, right? We might not see him right now, but having him step in on the Alari, he's looked good. And, well, these stats look pretty clean too. Very low deaths, very high final blows, kills, etc. Damage, you don't need more than that, really. Just an eye test is enough for Merit's gameplay most of the time.
Yeah, his Bastion looks solid. This is an unconventional pick we haven't seen from many people, especially since the rework. So people have been picking up. It's obviously a great hero for Merit, but also just in general, just big shout outs to the rest of the team. We saw so many shining lights. It was awesome to see Checkmate come back over onto that Reinhardt. We even got the Someone DPS thing of legends, just a very flexible player, showing it even more, going over to the Genji. And honestly, it was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I mean, we probably won't see it again, sadly.
Wow.
Play-ins,
Never say
playoffs
never.
are coming up. Never say never, true. But the likelihood of that showing up probably not super high, but I will be hoping. I'll be there, waiting, praying at my Someone altar in my apartment, hoping to see that again. And with Checkmate Reinhardt, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, so we've all seen that Checkmate's definitely the best Reinhardt on the Florida Mayhem now. So you know, we saw those shatters. How many 4-player shatters have you seen someone hit? None. None even come to mind. See, Checkmate.
Gumba, Gravy.
Yeah.
You're watching.
we know you're watching. Keep an eye out for it. But yeah, honestly, in general, across the team, they're all hitting huge peaks. Churung on that Lucio. We have RuPaul being very flexible. They can really do it all.
They really can. We're going to jump to the desk. They're going to round out the day. Thank you so much for watching. Desk, take it away.
Winning moments of the Mayhem here. Someone, of course, not just making a point for himself as an MVP candidate, but also maybe a DPS role star.
And also, they showed it to us that they could have fun and win at the same time.
Just this guy. This guy.
Vibes are undefeated.
Vibes.
Let's go, Vibes!
Good vibes.
Is that what you guys think was going on in that match?
Did you hate it?
Guys, I mean, I don't know. It's like fine, but then honestly, if Valiant didn't troll, they might have had a chance.
It's fine.
Valiant also trolled though, so it was like, it was a little.
Good vibes.
See?
Both teams had good vibes.
I'm not the only one.
I'm a hater.
Fair
That's okay.
question.
Somebody's
That's
got to
alright.
be the angry hater guy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You know, maybe
gonna have one
someone's
in
a
the
better
ring.
Genji than Check. Never mind.
I mean, maybe it is though. Maybe the numbers back it up. I don't know. We can make an argument however we want. However, you got. Yeah. What do I know?
No, I'll go.
No, yes.
It's time for me to do the interview.
Yes,
I'm
please
gonna talk
do.
to someone.
I love
I'll
that.
ask him.
Love
I'll
that
ask
for
him,
us.
See what
about
he
his
thinks.
Genji
Yeah.
and see what he thinks. All right, everybody. Post-match interview. We got someone. All right, of course, you guys won. That was a clean 3-0 from the Florida Mayhem. I see you laughing. We got to talk about your Genji, and I think your team even sort of wanted us to show your stats on Genji. So before we go into the interview, let's take a look at your Genji stats first. 자, 일단 인터뷰 전에 저희 오늘 또 굉장한 걸 봤죠. 우리 또 선원 선수의 겐지를 생각지도 못한 겐지를 보게 되는데 일단 저희 스탯부터 한번 볼게요. 체크메이 선수와 같이 비교된 스탯인데 yeah, as you can see, you know what? I would say that you're better. 이거 뭐 지금 서머 선수 이거 스크린에 보이시나요? Do you see this?
네, 보여요.
as you can see, you're leading in eliminations, final blows, Dragon Blade kills, and you got less death than checkmate. 자, 보시다시피 뭐 킬도 그렇고 뭐 데스도 훨씬 적고 you are a lot better than checkmate. Or do you agree? 자, 일단 이걸 보면서 내가 체크메이트보다 훨씬 더 나은 겐지다. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You guys heard it first. Someone agrees that he is the better Genji than Checkmate. I mean, it seems like you guys were having a lot of fun. Do you actually enjoy playing Genji, when you're not screaming, I guess? 이거 혹시 겐지를 뭐 경기 연습이 아닐 때는 또 이럴 때도 혹시 뭐 겐지를 자주 이렇게 픽을 하시나요? 뭐 혼자서 플레이를 하실 때?
뭐 가끔 휴가 때 한두 판씩 딜러 해보는 거 말고는 많이 하는 것 같진 않아요.
Alright, I don't actually play a lot, when I'm like just taking a break. When there are breaks, I put in 1 to 2 plays of Genji, but that is it. I mean, you were amazing on that Genji. It was really fun to see you on the Genji as well. But another fun thing is, of course, you are in the running for the MVP. So everybody who's watching our show right now, MVP voting or the voting is until tomorrow morning. So get your votes in before everything closes. Why should people vote for you as MVP? 자, 오늘 겐지 플레이도 너무 대단했지만 당연히 또 MVP로서 이제 MVP 후보에 올라가신 서먼 선수라서 사람들이 왜 우리 또 서먼 선수를 MVP로 투표를 해야 될까요? 라고 좀 어떻게 좀 설명 좀 해주세요. 왜 해야 될까요?
그러니까 저를 이제 MVP로 이제 뽑아야 되는 이유는 MVP 뜻이 이제 Most Valuable Player라고 생각하고 있기 때문에 그에 맞는 사람을 고르자면은 저밖에 없는 것 같습니다.
Alright. I think people should vote for me because MVP stands for most valuable player. And I think that is what I am. And I think just downright, I think that is why I should be voted as the most valuable player. Alright, last but not least, final question. I think after this match is over, this match is already over, but the next time we're going to be seeing Florida Mayhem is going to be in Toronto for the playoffs. So what can the fans expect from Florida Mayhem in Toronto? 자, 오늘 경기를 끝으로 이제 다음 플로리다 메이햄 볼 때는 이제 토론토에서 뵙게 될 텐데 팬들은 좀 어떻게 보면은 플레이오프에서 플로리다 메이햄의 좀 어떤 모습을 기대할 수 있을까요?
일단 저희가 지금 이제 기세가 연승을 하고 있기 때문에 엄청나게 세고 그 기세를 바탕으로 게임을 지배하는 거를 좀 즐기시면 될 것 같아요.
Alright. We're definitely on a ride. We're definitely on a stride right now, and we're continuing on this momentum. So I think you guys could expect us to continue this momentum into the playoffs as well, and that is what you guys should be expecting in the playoffs as well. Alright, that is it for the interview. Big congratulations on getting the win, and see you in Toronto. 자, 승리 축하드리면서 토론토에서 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
바이바이.